Okay, I can see my camera's not working. That's cool. All right, I'm gonna try this again. Okay, there we are. So, we left off yesterday where we're gonna set up our motor factory, Moto. So I need to set up 30, decided on the alternate recipes for rotors and stators, which both use pipes, and I have a mass of steel production I just set up. So I need 30 constructors, and they all need to be overclocked to 112% so that every 6 of them, 5 groups, will give me a full belt, Mark IV belt of pipes. So let's get to it. And I'm setting up. Wait, I saw that line. There it is. I'm setting up the constructors in line with another group I have that's supposed to be making aluminum plates once they come online, which will be the end of June. So we have plenty of time for that. So let's see if we can fit 30 in here. Let's try that again. See if we can actually fit 30 along this little line. I was just playing for an hour or so in Spooksio's game, helping him run different belts and set up production for supporting the belts, running all the darn belts everywhere, all over the place. Really long belts. So when in effect we ran out of encased industrial beams, so we had to resort out that production at his main base so that he could actually have supplies to run these belts all over the place for his 30 supercomputer a minute factory, mega factory. Which I will not be doing, at least not in this game. 14 left. I think we have enough space for this. And if we don't, we'll try and make it. Kind of wanted to have some boundaries on this factory. And I have for a while now, but what's this? What is this? Motors. Okay, all right. Why is this so slow? Huh. There we go. We have room. And some of these constructors are going to be... I'll just have to extend the roof, floor, whatever you want to call it. And deal with the fact that we have all this. Now, in reality, I have 50 constructors in this... No, sorry. 40 constructors in this line. So I actually had more room going the other direction, but they're already established, and I don't feel like taking them up. So we'll, I hope, put down. We don't have a room. My God. Okay. I've got multiple steel ingot belts here, so I'm going to resort this a little bit and create a couple of rows to deal with this. And as I need 30... So I couldn't quite add 40 of them. That's quite odd. Oh, I can do 30, no problem. So what I'll do is put down another 20. I'll put down 20. Ah, these are going to be so off. All right, I'm going to resort this aluminum crap. All right. So I've already gone through the effort of plugging this in here. So I'd like to sort of keep that. And it has a nice little input here, and there's nothing being fed into it yet. So the idea that this is going to be the aluminum. So there's 10 here already. I'm going to put 20 down, and I'm going to feed ingots into this instead. So I'm going to break this connection, this belt connection here, which goes across the top. Okay. And these already have power run to them, etc. So I will go ahead and reuse these 10, repurpose them, I should say. This way I get a nice clean line down. Now I think I still have more room here. Let's see. Yeah. So it's a little bit tight here too. I have more room here on this side than I do on the other. Because I could still put down another 5. But I need to have these steel ingots come up, and they're going to come up right here. Essentially. They're going to be right there. So let's fill this in a little bit. All this crap in the way. Can I blow that up? Let's see. Let's find out. There it is. Okay. Can't blow that up. And then we won't worry about it. Okay, this is going to be perfect here. Just going to come straight on in. But I think I'm a bit screwed on these splitter inputs because the belts need to go over top. Yeah. All right, we'll just take these out now. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is lay down the bottom belts. That should clear it. Cool. Let's see how far this goes. Okay. Well, we're going to put down these other 20 constructors, so we'll queue this up. I never hooked this one up. How funny. Okay. And I already know the output goes from there. Okay, so here we go. So I keep getting asked how much power this factory uses, and in truth, I have no idea. I would have to calculate it because it sort of never, it's not constantly online because things have been being produced and they're simply full, which means the machines are essentially in standby. So I literally have to figure out how many constructors I have, smelters, etc., and just do some quick math on that to know what my maximum power consumption is. But as I don't have any power issues, I can't be bothered to worry about that. Okay, so I know I've got 30 right here. Really? I don't have room for another 10 here? You're kidding me. Alright, so I'm gonna mark this so I know this is where I am at. And we're gonna try to put down another 10 constructors for the heck of it here. Seven. Okay, well I know I can get 5 more. It's just I couldn't get 5 more in here. Okay. I'll have to figure out what to do with that excess aluminum that I am gonna produce eventually. This is a more real immediate now. A real immediate, more immediate need now for my motor production. So we will stick with this for right now. Okay, so I'm doing 5 groups of 6. So this bottom belt, let's run it for 6 of them, and then we'll run it in, curve it into, or run it for 5, and then curve it into the last one. So let's see where that actually ends up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'd like for it to be a clean curve. Let's see. All right, and I've got 5 belts, I guess. I'm using the alternative steel ingot recipe, so I get a lot more ingots out of the machines. Now this belt will go down to here, like that. I can run this belt and I'm using this method. I have no idea if other people use it or not. I'm assuming they do, but it's sort of this. I use 2 different ways. So I use a sort of waterfall or cascading kind of method where the inputs are always have the bottom row of the belt. The bottom belt is being input into the machine with splitters, but as you go down the line, I carry the upper belts and flow them down and continually bring each belt to the bottom level as it goes along the line of machines. And then for the output, I do the opposite, where as the farthest machine is the bottom belt, and then it climbs and climbs until it ends up being the top belt at the end. So each group ends up climbing until the last group is on the bottom and the rest are stacked on top. And looking at pipe here, it's 15 in, 15 out, so I already know if I have 5 belts coming in, I'm going to have 5 belts going out. So you're going to see the reverse kind of stacking here. It'll look the same on the front and the back, it's just the direction of the belts is going to be the opposite. But in truth, I'm going out. I come in this way, I'm going to go out that way, so the waterfall will continue. So so the input's coming in this way, and the output's going to end up going out that way. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 where the power pole is. So, yes, we have so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 6. Gosh darn it. Did this wrong. It's 5 groups of 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I don't know if this will reach. Let's see. Oh, it does. Nice. Okay, so it'll go the full distance. Okay. Now we can come down. And we go like that. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, no, what the fuck is that? Okay, so that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Almost done. Running the belts on the backside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, two, three, four, 5. All right, let's count. Make sure this is 6 on the last part here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. Okay. And that's how we do it. Time to put down a bunch of splitters. I hope I have enough space in between here. I do. Sometimes when you don't have enough space in between a splitter and another splitter and you're standing in between, so you're standing where you have your back to a splitter and you have enough room to stand between the belt and the splitter. But when you place a new splitter, you end up trapping yourself in between. You can't move. Luckily, I have enough room here, which to be honest, I already knew about because I have another grouping. I have the first 10 of our constructors. I already had set those up, so I knew I had enough space here to play with this. So we'll put all these splitters down, we'll hook up all the belts, all that fun stuff, and then we'll go to the front side and we will run the output belt line. I cannot afford, okay. I'm gonna run out of plates, so I'm gonna go up to the top and get me some plates. I'm on the right level for plates. What am I talking about? Let's go over here where they actually are. Yes. Who knows how long those screws have been sitting in the air. So for the stator production, I have one belt here, which is a full belt. But then what I need to do is actually kind of need to overclock these constructors I have for the quick wire to get everything I need. But anyways, this belt that's not being used, we're going to use for the stator alternate recipe. And I know that's a full Mark IV belt. And we'll have full Mark IV belts of pipes coming out of here as well. Could have made that a little closer, but it's okay. since we are here. Okay. Cool. All those are done already. So let us. Well, let's check the pipe. Steel. Oh, we got plenty of steel beams. All right. Let's put the Mark III. Look at all the space here. And that is a lot of wasted space, but I guess in this game it's actually kind of relative. Since there is a massive space everywhere. And if I need more foundations, I will just put them down. We also need to do power, and we need to select pipe as the product output for these constructors, and because of the quantity of this, it just takes a bit of time, but we'll be able to put this together. Get over this power pole. The first 10 are already plugged into power. Try to work as fast as I can between 5-minute increments, so because autosave steals so much of my life every 5 minutes. All right. Okay, these are already done. I'm gonna go ahead and just jump along here and set pipe. I have all of the production set up for heat sinks, and I had these 10 set up for the excess of aluminum ingots I would have, as I calculated. So in reality, it's because the Mark V belts use aluminum plates, and Mark VI belts use aluminum plates and heat sinks for some reason. So then I figured the 10 that were left over, I just need to have making aluminum plates for me as a general resource. Did that actually select? Yeah. So I have them. That could just go into a container somewhere. The rest of the main part of the aluminum plates are going to go up to the level above into the assemblers, where they're going to be made into heat sinks and then fed into other products. Okay, these are all set. They're all belted in, and they just need power. Do I have high-speed connectors? I do. All right, I'm going to go down to where I had hooked up power last and see where I'm at. I don't want to remove this belt because actually I can. There. Okay. But I didn't want to. How many is hooked to this pole? 5, so it can take 2, 3 more. Sorry. 4 more even. Okay. All right, so that's perfect. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. We'll put the next power pole here. And the next one. So 1, 2, 3, 4. They all have power, they all have belts. Now we just need to have the output. So let's get the input in as needed so that these can actually be working for us while we are fixing the output. So we need to bring up 5 belts. So that's going to be, well, it could be 5 conveyor belt lifts. It could be all together. Well, it's going to be 5 of those anyway. They are going to come in up here, and I think I want to use these walls. I do. So we'll do that and that. And not sure why I have a hole here. Probably because I removed something. Oh, we got this in the way. Fantastic. That sucks. Let's see if it matters. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and hook up this one to that one. And in actuality, I'm going to hook up all 6, just so they're hooked up, because I can bring up whatever I want. I'll have one more thing to bring up. So let's put this here, I think. I think that's where I'm going to put it. Now I need to know where I'm going with that. And there's my height. Now all I need to do is put these down. And I will remove them after, they're just for snapping points. I don't actually want to use them. Whoa, can't afford. Okay. I thought, what? Why is it encroaching? But it's not. Okay. Point is, I want to be able to use this speed. Completely didn't work. Whatever, it's just run. Too low of a frame rate for me to be trying to dance around. So I get about 6 frames a second in this game, and with the other game I was just in earlier today, I'm anywhere around between 30 and 80. And the reason is I have a lot of stuff in this game, and it just, I don't know. Early access. That's all you need to know. But it's still playable, and that's not the problem. Wait, this is my heavy module. No, that's what I need. And I don't need any rubber. Let's get rid of that. I don't need all these heavy modular frames. The frame rate is very noticeable frame rate drop. Now, it used to be something I could just deal with and it wouldn't be a problem, but now it's starting to be kind of annoying, and it doesn't matter where I am in the map now. So I don't know what it is that is causing the lag. Just turn off the bloom there so I don't have all this silly blown out reflections in my eyeballs here. Don't want this stuff. So we end up with come on, you can do it, you can do it. Just have to get the right spot here. Which can be quite difficult sometimes, apparently. Oh, but that's my fault. I wanted to have these really super close, so now I'm dealing with that consequence of just trying to find the mouse position. Okay. Now the top. All right. Okay, so that's the trick. Let's make sure that these inputs are actually inputting. Yes. Yes, we get the orange arrows. Fantastic. Yes. 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 Awesome. I don't see 5 belts here. Okay, so it's 15 a minute input for the ingots, for 15 a minute output of the pipes. So 1 to 1. So wait a minute. So that's 15 times 30 is 450. So that means that 30 constructors would have an input of 1 belt and an output of 1 belt of pipes. So I did all that shit wrong. Okay, well I can fix that. I've got 4 belts of steel ingots, which don't need to be on this level anyway, so I need to take them up. Hello. Click, click, click. So this would be 4 belts. I would need 120 constructors. That's right. I needed to put down 120 constructors. Not just 30. I have no idea if this is going to go through the plant or not, and I can't get rid of that stupid plant. Or intelligent plant. I mean, who knows? It's an alien planet. Alrighty. Well, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 2 on the bottom and 2 on the top. And I guess I have my answer there. This is gonna crisscross ugly. Okay. There they are. Okay, now I just need to verify this because I think it's pretty hilarious why I even went this route. 15 a minute, I mean, that's pretty easy math. It's 450, so honestly, it's all the way across the bottom here, so I don't need any of these other ones I ran. The good thing is I have everything on the bottom belt, as I commonly do, so all I have to do is add a couple splitters here and there to fill in the gap. Not a big deal. Pretty straightforward. All of the product we selected is still the same. The power is still the same. It's not much of an adjustment here. It actually makes the front much easier to do if it's just one line of mergers. I don't have to stack anything, which is preferable, quite frankly. Why in the world was I calculating all that stuff differently? I don't understand. 450 resources per minute belt. I mean, there's nothing difficult about this math. In fact, I have pipes set up already. Yep. It's all one line that heads out that way. And all one line that comes in. I have 60 constructors here. And the inputs are stacked together. Man, I should have done the same thing over here too. I've got so much space. Oh, I don't want to undo this thing. Okay. But what I will do is try to make this a little more compact than it is. this is where I don't have I mean, I have unlimited space, but if I'm trying to stay within my particular area that I've created, then I sort of create limited space for myself. You know, if I'm trying to create a box factory, box only has so much area, so much volume. So I can keep increasing the size of the box. But then the bigger the box gets, the more you increase it in one spot, you have to increase it everywhere. So you end up still building out. You have to spend time building out the box bigger than your original plan. Okay, and one little correction here. Okay, one. It's 60. Oh, now I remember what that was. Okay, we were talking about using steel ingots for wire. That's right. So 30 smelters total. And I had 5 groups of 6 giving me the 4 belts, or the 5 belts coming out of there. Because the wire output was 67.5 or whatever, so I need those to be 112%. These I don't have to touch. That's right. Okay. Hello, Rishi. How are you doing today? Alright, these are all set. I'm still thinking, I'm doing good. Doing good. I went to school in the F building in the morning, helped out a team, do some soldering, and that's the last time I'm going to be doing that crap, so it is a good day. I don't have to go do that. I did that voluntarily anyway, but all that stuff's over now that we have our degrees. Let's see, I can put another line of constructors here before I end up getting into this obstruction here. Now, smelters. When I mentioned smelters earlier, I already have smelters doing work for me. I have 3 iron ingot belts that I'm not doing anything with. They need to be fed into constructors up here. So I need to be able to use all this steel that I'm producing, and I'm not sure that this is a particularly good spot for that. Although I can just keep going this way. I mean, there's nothing stopping me except for the stupid land getting in the way. But I can keep going, and I might as well. I know I can go 5 more this way, so this obstruction here, which is essentially a miner that I've walled in, is only about 2 constructors wide, so I can offset this getting in the way. It's going to be essentially one kind of row, so I can set my constructors coming up to this point, and then I can put 2 more beyond it, and I'll still be kind of within the box, the Borg factory. So I can still put down constructors here in this row and that row, etc. So I still have 3 more belts of steel ingots, so that's 3 more rows of 30. to make a total of 120. I'm wondering if I should just put them all down and then have my wire on another spot ahead of it. Yeah. Okay. Then I'm going to put down some items for alignment purposes only. So that's where the splitter will be. Come on. I'm going to run into the darn wall too, so that's another consideration. Alright, so that's going to actually probably be a thing there. Alright, I'm going to put another constructor here so that I can line up. Another line of them needs to be here. Let's see how that would work. So this would be outputting here. Then I would end up with another splitter here. And then a constructor after that. So okay, that would essentially fit. Now the way I can sort of offset this is to do stack my splitters on top of this line of mergers, and then they end up going down at an angle into the back of the constructors. So I could actually back this constructor up a little bit. And in fact, I can do the exact same thing right here to try to compress this a little bit more. But I'm curious to know what this line is like here. This line here is where I'm at. So, and then it's too wide right here. So in reality, I don't care because I'm gonna have to deal with this obstruction anyway. And so I need to come over another row again. So I'm putting down essentially, I'm putting down alignment machines just so I can see what the deal is. And I don't need to set all these steel machines down, these pipe machines. I need to get this wire up and running. So I'm trying to get myself set for the additional rows of steel production, pipe production. So I know where they're at, so I can lay down my wire production. All right, so that is fine. It wouldn't hurt me to compress this a little, but I'll be okay. We'll set a merger up here. Now I know this line already. If I follow this, this is going to be blocking there, so I need to make sure that my merger comes out past that wall. So in reality, it's going to be right here. In reality, I think it has to be here. I think. Let's test that out. We'll see. Well, Rishi, there's a lot of artistic booths going on right now for the first year students. They look really nice. Yeah, I like where that sits. I don't want this merger to go into the wall. Although, what do I really care? Oh, and I'm assuming that these number of constructors is going to conveniently line up with this wall here. That's a bad assumption. So I need to see where that's actually going to be. Okay, it actually does. Nice. That's brilliant. Okay. So I'm going to move this merger back one snap. There. Okay. So I've got one belt of steel already being used. 2, 3, 4. Oh my god. So this is going to end up being out here. Producing stuff and sending it out. Okay, fair enough. I have some stuff. This. Gotta put these. Just want to see how many constructors I get in this line. I have another miner that I've set walls around, which essentially creates a blocking obstruction. And I don't have anything in that particular row. I think I'd like to go back and revisit that spot. Oh boy, let's see. Yes. Look at that. Okay, how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 of them. That's quite nice. So in reality, I only need 13 more on this other side. So I'm going to queue that up. Okay, 13. Thank you. And make sure I'm still in the same line. I hope I get a... Yes, I get an alignment line. Nice. Alright, let's put this down. And in fact, I think I want to put all of these constructors down. I know I'm going to do that for this line, and I need to do another line. So we will find out where all the spacing is for the next line. And then we will... That'll tell us where our wire line is going to be. And we're going to need... That whole row of 30 for the wire is going to be broken up quite nice. So whereas I'm doing 120 for steel, I don't need that for the wire. I only need 30. Alright, so we're under the original line here. Kinda, actually, this is... Nope, that's within the line. Nice, lovely. So that row and this row and this row are all steel production. And this is going to be aluminum plates coming out of there. Okay. Two, three, so one more row of steel. I might have to do a compression here. And I might have to get wonky with how I bring the input belt in here because of this terrain getting in the way. I'm gonna have to come up there and down into this, down here even. But if I stack this, which I think I'm gonna do to compress this a little bit, but I can't put a constructor here. Pretty sure. Nope. So it's gonna have to be, I start here-ish. And I think I think that is going to be... No, let's leave that here first. Let's put down a guide belt. Alright, so what I'm going to do is put a belt on here just to test my distance with a splitter here to make sure that the angle is not too steep. Okay. So that's where this line of constructors is going to go. And I will run the input belt on top of the output belt. So I'll be stacking these. So this will be coming out to here. So I will just leave this like this, so that's all aligned and proper. So I can draw all my alignments off of those two mounts right there. So now what I need to do is put down, I know I'm going to do 30 that way. And that means that it's an additional 2 that are going to be in this row. Let's see if that stays underneath the little roof that we have set up. Doesn't look like it's gonna. Nope, just slipping outside of the edge of the walls there. So we're gonna have to kind of be a little creative with how that ends up. But in truth, can actually make that bigger. So we know right now that sits where that sits. And that is 1, 2, 3, 4. So this next front row, this row in front of this is going to be wire. So, and that's definitely going to pass outside. Alright, so I'm going to put down another constructor so I can put down a merger, and I think I'm going to do a little bit of stacking again just to consolidate. So I need to have this here so I can see. Kind of want this to be a little tight. But I do want to give myself a little bit of wiggle room. Gonna do that. So I can't put this in here. This isn't gonna fit because of this terrain that I can't do anything with, and that's fine. Even though I can stack here, I still don't have the space here, so I'm gonna have to look at where my space is going to end up. I think it needs to be... I think the distance is fine there. I think it is. Let's test it out. I want to make sure that it actually is before I go through all the effort to put all this stuff together and then find out that none of the spacing was correct. It happens more times than I would like to admit. But I am pretty sure that this is gonna go in. So we're good. So now we know where, finally we know where the wire is gonna be. So the inputs are gonna be coming in from the upper part, and on the bottom row here is gonna be the output. We're gonna do the same thing right here. Why didn't I do that here on this back side? Well, quite frankly, I have an obstruction I can't do anything about. So no matter what, I'm two foundations wide here. And I wanted these to nice and neatly fit in the constructors to fit in there. So I actually have a lot of space here that I'm not using properly, including what we had just set up here for these pipes. It's kind of rather stretched out. It could have easily been consolidated on top of the other output there. But then again, I still have this. So kind of been playing a little bit of a squishy game here that is irrelevant because of that obstruction. So I have one down. Now I need 29 more. Hey, Hyde MC. Doing good, doing good. How are you? Thank you for joining today. I thought setting up motor production was going to be super simple, but this is again very large scale. I can't afford, so time to go get some materials. Wait, I haven't even hooked these up. What the heck? What do you have going on today, Hyde MC? Guitar lessons, math, physics, rocket science. These are my heatsink production assemblers, so there's nothing going on with these anyway. But I thought I had finished hooking everything up, and I had not. So I want to get that done now, even though I have a full month before any of that's even usable. So the end of June is this next update, and if it's anything like what they did before, it's going to be like the first day of July or something. And this is all assuming that everything goes according to plan. Not every launch does, but they kind of have a pattern now. They have a method of how they're going to deliver these big updates. So what we'll see probably is an experimental build that won't interrupt this current build, and we'll play that. You just move your auto saves, your saves over to that game, and you just keep playing. Okay, good. Oh, well, at least you two were the ones that had a good time together, right? You were either partners in pain or you got to celebrate by yourselves, cleaning up. Okay, and I'm going to have my motor production in the back. I think I can put all of the assemblers there. I'm not quite sure exactly how many I need yet. I have not calculated that out. I'm just working my way up from the bottom up. And I needed my plates, iron plates, reinforced iron plates, which I have a butt ton of. So all of the pipes I've been producing right now up to this point have been used. Period. So I just needed more. I think I'm gonna need a pretty good amount here. Ah, there you go. See, rewards for hard work. And you got to hang out together, even if you were cleaning something. It makes it go a lot easier if you have someone to talk to, or at least share the experience with. Assuming that you get along. If you don't get along, then it's not so easy. Alright. Now I have what I need to put down the rest of these constructors. So let's just see where this ends up coming out. And I need to bring over the iron ingots. Now I have... I'm going to run into this terrain this way. I might want to... I think I might want to elevate my... That's going to mean I need to elevate this as well. Well, shoot. I might have to shift my production for this floor to go out over this way instead of where I am now. That's okay. I can reformulate it. I am not scared. It's okay. Well, this is going to give me 5 belts of wire anyway, so I don't actually need to put down another line of constructors for more wire yet. I don't know if I need all of those belts, quite frankly. I only have 1 belt of quick wire currently that I can take advantage of. So I will match that to 1 belt of wire, and they have the exact same input, 60 a minute requirement for the alternative recipes on the rotor and the stator. So it's going to be the same kind of setup. So however many, and the pipes are exactly the same at 18 each. So I need less pipe than I do wire or quick wire. So it will be the same count of assemblers for both stators and rotors. And then that's actually fantastic because motors take 2 stators, 2 rotors, which means I'll have balanced equal output. And all I have to do is set up my number of assemblers that I will need for motors, which will be considerably less at a minimum. At a minimum, it'll be half as many as I have for the other 2. I guess, if that math works out. So I'll have to look at what the motors require. There are alternative motor recipes, I think. Are there? Is there? I'm not sure. Even if there isn't. In fact, there is an alternative, I think, and I think it needs 3 stators and 3 rotors per. I'm not sure. I'll have to look. I don't have an assembler in front of me. But right now, I have the space to put this down, and look at the friendly elevator. Space elevator. Just, it's about to be in the way. Again. So, this monstrosity is, I'm probably going to move this, like, way off in the distance. Because it is 100 bazillion% useless. Maybe I can put it way up on that ridge or something. Because I only need to revisit it a couple times to dump in materials, and then again, it's useless. It'd be nice if it was its own radar tower as well, since it is already super tall. I don't know. Whatever. Okay, we have 30 here. And we also have room for the rest of our other 2 rows of 30 to give us a total of 120 making pipes. Wow. But this is the actual row I want to focus on. I'm going to make sure I have 1 of those pipe rows up, and I'm going to make sure I have 1 of these wire rows up. Now we can, let's go up to this assembler level. I'll just throw down an assembler right now. Okay. Motor recipe. I thought there was an alternative motor recipe. Is there? Going to one of these Satisfactory calculator websites. Here we go. And there is apparently no motobike. There is no motor alternative. So what we're looking at here is what we're gonna get. Yeah, I could do that. Why not? Not a bad idea. It just seems to always keep getting in the way after a while. Okay, so 10 per minute. That's what I'm looking at here. 10 per minute. Okay. No, I want this. So I know it's 18 and 60, and I output 9 a minute. Okay. And I output 9 a minute. Fantastic. Okay. So my input is 60. If I divide that by 450, I'm going to have that for wire and for quick wire. That is 7.5. That means if I have 7 machines, I really don't feel like having a half machine, a machine that's underclocked to 50%. But if I just look at 7 machines, my output is 9, so that's 600. That's 63 each. So then, and I need 10 a minute. So I'll be producing 63 a minute for both of these. Well, that's easy math. So 6 machines, 6 motor machines at 5. So that's going to be, what is that, 72? 5 times 6, what am I talking about? So 30 motors a minute is what I'm going to be putting out. 72 would be nice. And 30 motors a minute, I need 7.55 times 2. Yeah, okay, that's over 15. So I'll be producing essentially double, a little less than double what I need for turbo motors. Okay, that works for me. All right, so 7 assemblers for stators and rotors. So that's 14. So I need to have space for 14, and then I'm going to have 6 assemblers for the motors. Okay. Whew. So I definitely won't be finishing this today. That's okay. I don't actually know where this is going to end up. I'm going to put these constructors down as well. I already have 2, so we'll put down 28. Just want to make sure that all of this lines up properly because of the encroachment on the belts and the splitters and mergers. I don't want to have to redo everything on this scale. Well, the space elevator isn't in the way yet, and I say yet because it's always in the way. So it's only a matter of time before I have to move that thing again. And in fact, once I finish all the milestones, I'm going to not even have it in the game. I'm going to pack it away. I'll put it in a little, I'll put it in a container somewhere. Hidden container. And then I have all the materials if I want to make it right away. But you don't actually have to keep it you don't have to keep it out once you've completed the milestones. Alright, I took away one, which removed one from my counter, so I need to make sure I put this one more. So we line up close to being with this one, but that's okay. This is because of the obstruction there. Alright. Lovely. Do I have enough? Yes, I do. So let's pull these belts. Let's pull this bottom belt and hell, the top belt. We'll run the belts the whole way. It's going to be a pain to put the belt. I might be able to do that. Actually, it's going to be okay. All right. I'm gonna have to remove that merger anyway, I think. Maybe. Is that straight? It's not straight. Thought it was straight. All right, I need 1 second. All right. So. All right, so the last one, let's give it a little bit of space. There we go. And we clearly need to have, does this block anything? No, good. All right. And as these are inputs, this is gonna be in, it's gonna go directly in. Oops, no. All right. Awesome sauce. So this one is going to peel off and go up, as it were. Now I just need to add my stackable poles. I just need to find these conveyor poles. There it is. With a stackable down. I can just fit it here. You can do it. I know it. I know it. I'll just get a little bit. There we go. Oh, the darn Alt button bug here. Okay. Ah, there we go again. What in the heck? Get this belt run. Alrighty. Then I can have. Shoot, if these are lined up, that means that my splitters and mergers are going to be literally on top of each other. So that means I need to put the splitters or the mergers down first. I think. Or is it the splitters down first? I do not remember. Alrighty. Let's find out. Oh dear, I don't think that's a good position for this. Let's see if I can move this back a little. So here we go. I'll put a merger down. And try to put a splitter on top. Okay, that can work if I am up high enough here. Okay. So I need to put the mergers down first. Alrighty. It's good, I need to put these down anyway. So, I could actually set up this line of steel production too, since it's going to be practically set up. What I can do is also, when I'm setting up the power poles, I can split between each line. So if this is the line, I can just run all of the wires in between. Then I'd only need one set of poles. That actually works very well. I've done that before. Okay. I can go ahead and put the splitters here because I don't need to worry about other stuff. Don't need to worry about that one. All right, so what I'm going to do is put these splitters on from this side, I think. Yes, this lets me actually line up the arrows, which I need. Quite good, in fact. Okay, I'm gonna finish this splitter line and then I need to get going. Come on already. There we go. Gonna have a little hangout movie party tonight with my friends. What's up? What's up? No. What time is everyone going to be there? You don't know. So why would I be ready to head out to sometime you don't know? Alright, well, I can get ready.
So can you go with ice cream?
No. Why? Is everyone going down for ice cream as well? No, I fucking do that. No. Alright, so almost done here. Alright. And won't be able to hook up the belts. I don't have time for that. But I can finish this off. There we go. Okay. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your Saturday. And we can take a little bit of a look over the ridiculous sea of constructors here, and and what's about to come. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you another time. Bye-bye.